Hey, one person. All right, y'all know the drill. Enter the thumbs up as you enter the room. It's free, and I'm doing this for free. I'll wait for a few more people to come on. Hey, one person lurking in the background. La da 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 da. Ready to go. Okay, let me start because ain't nobody coming on. But anywho, as you can see, look at the style. It is tight. It's still so tight. But those who watched my live stream while I was getting my hair done, um, thank you for joining and watching. Special thanks to Shelly Shell, particularly since um, she gave me a lot of good advice. And I know y'all just waiting. I know a couple of y'all gonna like, hey, keep it up. So, but yeah, this is it. The basic box braids, I guess, single braids, medium, and you know, I had such a hard time trying to figure out how much bundles I was supposed to buy. Silly me bought 5 bags, and each of the bags had four, but four, yeah, it had 4 bundles in a bag. So I didn't buy the individual bag. I didn't know that you could buy just one bundle to be in a little bag. So I ended up saying, okay, I bought 5. 5 of them had the color with the blonde at the ends, and then it was light brown. So this is light brown. You can't really tell because I'm sitting here in this room. The light's still not fixed. So thank y'all for watching me this afternoon, and that's what happens. So I asked him. I said, "How long am I supposed to keep braids in? And how do you go about shampooing your hair? You know, like do you supposed to um, I know you're supposed to wash, of course, shampoo your scalp. So you see my scalp, and then of course I ain't got no big bonnet to put it up. Well, and it's so tight. So I guess after a while, hey, 2 people, wait, why one person just left? Come on back. So this is how it came out. Turn around in my chair. So I finally did it, and I like it. I'm very happy and satisfied with the style, and you know how it came out. And then somebody commented and said it made me look 20 years younger. I was like, well, thank you. I was like, dang, I guess it made me, maybe, not maybe, it did make me look real old with the way mine was looking. And then as she was putting it in, I realized how short my hair, I tell you, I got my hair that chopped, cut when I went to Arizona. And as she was looking at the, as she was um, putting these braids in, parts of my hair in the back, especially in the back, it is short. I'm like, God dang. So I'm gonna keep this for about 2 months. Yeah, I think 2 months. And then I didn't return the hair back to the beauty salon store because all they're gonna do is give me a credit and get something in exchange. And it was really not nothing I wanted to buy because I have the Ulta gift card and I'm about to return this Mealy shampoo because it didn't seem to do nothing for my hair when I shampoo this. I need to bring this back and get me a different kind of um, products when I go to Ulta tomorrow. Yeah, I'm gonna go tomorrow, and then um, I got an Ulta gift card for $25 for all that stupidness that happened last month. So I also bought another gift card from my Spotlight Rewards. So I'm gonna see if they have this big old bonnet. I guess you could put on the hair. So for now, I'm gonna have to. For now, I'm gonna have to. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna just take these and curl it, well, with these little rods and try to put it up, but it is gonna be hurting me. It was so tight, but I'm happy with it. And so it didn't cost. It only, like I said, the bundles, which had the jumbo pack. It had 4 bundles in each pack, and I bought 5. And so I was like, you know what? So Shelly Shell told me to keep it. Hey, 3 people, come on into the room. Into the thumbs up. I much appreciate it. So I'm gonna keep those bundles because I bought 40 bundles. I didn't really, boy, y'all should have. If y'all see my previous video that I downloaded, let me see if it downloaded. Mhm. If it didn't, I'm gonna see if it'll download it again. But yeah, I went there. It was $9, basically $9 for the big pack of bundles. I didn't get the human hair. I was like, it was some brand. If y'all see the videos from the live stream, you'll see the brand that I bought. So I got 4 of those, and then of course, it still had a lot of hair left. So I just gave, they just wrapped them up. Um, since they didn't had to use all of the bundles, so I'm gonna keep it. Just put it in my keep it. So next time when it's time for me to, um, when a couple months, when it's time for me to take it off, I'll get me some. I'll get it done again. But do y'all like it? For those who didn't see it this morning and watch, this is the this is the look. This is how it came out. And then let me put this to the front. So it kind of curled at the end. I know I sent the picture directly to Shelly Shell, so she actually seen the style. So she got her hair done and got her hair braided yesterday too, and it was cute. So as I go out and about my day, and it's not heavy, I was thinking, is it gonna be heavy on your head and just, so it's not heavy at all. So I guess this is my first step of not being so depressed, but I guess I could talk about it. I will be not next week, but the week after next. I have to go to counseling 3 days a week with a group session because I've been feeling kind of bad, but it's I know some people who know me, they were like, you need to get medicine. And, it's like, or make comments that's very hurtful. And you thinking, you could be friends with people, but they're really not your friends. And I said, that's okay. That is okay. So, you know how people say that, when you're depressed or going through things, it could reflect in your appearance, it could reflect in your house, it could reflect on, your job and everything. But mine was really, um, I'm still working through it. So I'm not really ready to talk too much about it on here. So just realize that I'm fine. I'm doing okay. Put it that way. I feel somewhat a little bit better now. I know it's not changing your outward appearance or doing something outside of your, this is just the beginning for me, I guess. Even when I went to Arizona, it was a lot of things that I had kind of not resolved, but got off my chest. And even the person who, when I invited to see their ranch, I realized how much of depression she was going through. And she's older, but hers was very erratic in terms of like things that she was going through, you know, even at 63, and how she was discussing about, especially like her mother, it was like that bitch. And then I said, she even though the mother passed, she said that she was alive, most likely she would have been the one that had to be there to take care of her. And it would have, so she was, my friend Max on that ranch, she was just, now I know she was negative, very negative. It was very ugly. But like I said, well, I don't know what happened. Like I said, towards the end of my trip, and I was going back home, I realized that there was a lot of things that I had to try to resolve. Not resolve, because I wasn't going to counseling or even going through having to go to counseling, and I went on my trip. So when I came back and went to my doctor, the primary care physician, and that's when I kind of said that I'm going through some things, and that's how I end up getting recommended to see the doctor. And then during that, speaking with her, and some of the questions they ask you, then she was like, not bipolar, but manic, you know, what she told me, depression, but it was also manic depression, where I had needed to see if I would be admitted. Now, whatever prescription they wanted me to take, they didn't cover it with my insurance. So I don't know what it was. So I do have an appointment with her on Friday, and she will, we'll have our session, but I have to go to Emory. It's not an inpatient service because they don't do it no more. They used to be able to, if you was going through serious issues, they used to have this facility that was, you would be admitted, and they'll admit you to the hospital for a week or whatever, but they don't have it. So I have to go from 3 days a week, not next week, but the week after next, because I told them I couldn't do it. I couldn't start next week because I have a few doctor's appointments with the one with the endocrinologist, and I just wasn't ready to go that quickly. So I'll be going the week after next, and then it'll be like from 11. I don't know. They told me it was like 11 to 2 or something like that, with a group session, and then you have my assessment with this psychologist, and then of course I'll be seeing the other person that I've seen for 2 weeks now. But I have to. The way the insurance works is that I can't see them in the same week. So they said make sure you schedule your appointments on a Friday on this day and all that kind of stuff. So I may be taking a even though I'm on workers comp for the pain and everything else. And oh yeah, I gotta go back to the podiatrist get measured for the diabetic shoes on Monday. That's why I didn't really want to start that quickly because I had things I had to do. And then I don't know. Like I said, I part of the discussion that I had was that I told her I had a YouTube channel. I didn't tell her my name of my channel. One, I'm not monetized, and I don't really want people just lurking a string. If like I said, if somebody wants to know more about me, they're gonna have to find my channel, or if I willingly tell them. But other than that, they would have to find me. So, um, y'all not saying nothing. I know I allowed y'all to comment. What happened? Let me see. Let me put. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I was looking. I said, "What dang? Why ain't nobody comment?" Hey, Uberman, how are you? AB. Oh no, I'm sorry, Scott. You've been depressed. You're the other person who said this. One person told me it made me look 20 years, but they didn't say 20 years younger, and then you say 10 years. I said, well, good grief. The suicide hotline. Oh, they did that. Oh. Well, Scott, I'm here for you. I'm here for you. Have you ever thought about relocating to Georgia? I mean, I know it's kind of expensive here in Georgia too, but um, people are just leaving Florida. It's just too much. Please don't do nothing to harm you, Scott. You know me, Shelly Shell, and a whole lot of people here on YouTube. We love you. Even though we haven't met face to face, but I feel that y'all are more of my family, and the fact that I was able to come on here and y'all hear me vent. I don't even say vent. Y'all hear me talk about a lot of crazy stuff in my life, and it's like an outlet. I'm not saying it's all curing all, but it's kind of it could be really depressing. It really can. Y'all think I have it. Y'all think I have myself together because most of y'all only see me as hustle and gig work and things, but it's really hard. It really is, and it makes it extra difficult when you really don't have anyone there to support you or just be there. Yeah, I may have a big family, but I don't have immediate family members here or people who call me and check and see how I'm doing. I mean, other than y'all come on here, that's why I come on here because it's a way for me to not fall into some type of depression. No one cares. Scott, I don't understand what you meant. What do you mean no one cares? Honestly. See, you know what my one of the things my counselor told me? She said that people you meet who really care can be an extension of your family. And she said even people who may have kids and married, they going through things too. That's not always a good thing that people you think because people have a marriage. My whole issue is not about because I'm not married, I don't have any kids. My issue is, I've been reading a lot of things about loneliness is a real serious issue, and a lot of people are experiencing loneliness, and it's causing a lot of anxiety and a whole bunch of problems. And I I would think that too, Scott. I would think, ooh man, Tampa. I would think that too. That no one cares, but, especially people who I thought cared for me. Like I have a friend. I don't even say friend because she wrote to me, text me about um, something wrong with you. You need um, something seriously wrong with you, and you need help and this and that or whatever. And then when I call, when I tr- couple, I waited a couple of days and I call her. I go straight to voicemail. That's when somebody blocked you, and that's what she did. She blocked me, so I blocked her, and I said to myself, I know sometimes people will listen, and then it was like, he needs to be name. You need to be you need and whatever. And I'm not saying for me to be somebody. I don't be nobody punching bag in regards to putting myself all out there about what I'm going through. When in fact of the matter is, they was like, you lucky, you blessed, and this, and because she's going, not to tell nobody business. She, yeah, she has brain cancer, and I didn't hear from her after a couple years. It was a couple years, and she calls me out the blue several months ago, not several, but sometime in November, not November, sometime like towards December or so, because she said, "Oh, I know Teresa would know how to hustle. She be hustling. She know how to get a job." She wanted to see if I could help her find a job because she wanted to um make some extra money so she could close on a house that she bought. And she went and bought a house through NACA. And so she moved the south side of town in Riverdale, which I didn't too much don't like that part of the town, but she got it. She got the house and she needed help. So that's the only reason why she contacted me. Because the last time we had I'm not even gonna say disagreement or argument or anything, she blocked me and I ain't heard from her for the last few years. Matter of fact, it was a while because I know COVID 3 years, so I know I wasn't talking to her during that time, and I know it wasn't at COVID. So it was quite a long time. And then she calls me out the blue, and then and then she tells me what issues she's going through and this and that or whatever. And then when something happened again, because I was going through things, and it was another person who was on here that was did the same thing to me. You crazy, you need your medicine, you need your med. And then after that, she blocked me and I ain't heard from her. Yvette, I'm gonna say the name too. I don't care. Y'all, she was on watching my channel, lurking on my channel. So I'm not saying that I wasn't a positive, jolly person or being negative, but I know one thing. I'm a true friend, and I'm not gonna say anything egregious to hurt anybody's feelings in any sort of way. I know I could be a little bit extra when it comes to certain things, but anything else, I'm always there, loyal, trying to be a friend. But I would never just dismiss somebody like, So you're right. They wasn't a true friend, and I wish them well. You know, and I have to accept that people are only in your life for a season, for a reason, and whatever happens, happens. I was dealing with a person, and then I found out, was it last year? Because something was, came across my mind, and then I found out this person died, not because of the COVID, and they passed away. And they was telling me, and I was there with them, thick and not, I won't say thick and thin, but it was a mess. I could tell you that. Then I found out they passed away, and they was making it sound like they was living in Florida and all this kind of stuff. And all along, she didn't leave Florida. She didn't leave. She was right here up there in Henry County. But this was a few years back. And then just last year, I get a message on Facebook from her daughter that that um that she passed away. So you know, and I had a feeling that was the thing about the strange thing about that situation was I had a feeling right around that time that something happened, and I tried to. I text the person. I said I didn't get no text message or nothing, and then I get a text message with the son saying that she passed away. So a lot of times, for whatever reason, people may leave your life, not cut ties or whatever the case may be, because I know that she's going through cancer, brain cancer at that, and it came back, and I don't know. We don't know when it's our time to go. I may be gone, but I guess sometimes people go through things, and you don't know what I mean, you never know what they may going through in life. So, but today, what I learned was I only did one after I went to my physical therapy at 6 o'clock, and from 6 to 7. So on my way home, I said, let me turn on Walmart Spark and see what's going on. So Wednesdays is extremely slow. So I had one grocery shop, a shop and deliver, and it was like 20 $28, something like that. Yeah, $28. So I went there, chopped it, went to the delivered it, and it was at the Comfort Inn at a hotel. So I got the little cart, and I was going to go upstairs to the third floor. So the lady decided to meet me downstairs. She said, "Oh, are you Walmart to deliver for room 311?" I said, "Yeah, yes, this is me." And then I gave her groceries, and then I kind of briefly like asked. I said, "Oh, are you on vacation?" Because most of the time people don't really buy if they buy groceries or they in the hotel. Usually they staying there or whatever and um, visiting. So she said no. She said she had lost her house, and she was staying at the Comfort. She was staying there for tonight or something because I said I could have bought it. I could have bought the groceries upstairs because she said she had been. She mentioned she had kids. So if you have kids, I don't expect someone to leave the hotel room to come downstairs to get the groceries. I would have, kindly just delivered it. So she was, we briefly spoke. And she told me she had lost her home and she lived in Lawrenceville somewhere, and she lost her home. And I was like, kind of feeling kind of sorry. No, I'm not going to offer my home. I'm not going to open my house to rent. No room for strangers. I'm not going to do that. So I said, well, she said that she would have stayed with her mother, but her mother lives 4 hours away in Augusta, and she had her job in Lawrenceville, so she couldn't, stay with her mom. Now the kids were probably. She told me the kids were staying during the summertime in Augusta with her mother, but after that, school started last week or this week, something. Schools. So they was going to this nearest high school up there, Snellville. So, and she was working in Lawrenceville, so she couldn't. Um, ooh, she couldn't commute. You can't commute from Augusta all the way to Atlanta or Snellville, whatever. No, it's not 4 hours. It's two. No, it's about a little bit 2 hours. Yes, 2 hours. No, it's not 2 hours. How far is goddamn Augusta? Four. It's either 3 or 4 hours. I can't remember, but it's not close. But that's really a kind of hard thing. So she was. So at one point she had mentioned she had lived in a car, and I said, well, I was trying to think of some places that she could stay, not those raggedy hotels that I've been going to. So I was like, I said, I know there was a really nice one. It don't even look like a hotel. I remember delivering for DoorDash a few years ago, and it was in Norcross. And um, I remember delivering to this one lady. She lived. Some people live in these. You'd be surprised. People live in these hotels and stuff for 4 or 5 years, if not longer. And I said, dang, I know if she's staying at the Comfort Inn, it's not cheap. I know that because those nasty, ugly hotels that I be delivering to that be up in the hood and stuff. And ooh, if they want, one time I asked them out of curiosity, one of them they talking about 500 and no, they told. Did I hear it right? Five. It couldn't be 500 something a week. It couldn't be. So I said, ain't no way. Now I know it used to be like 249, 349 a week, but that was before COVID. So I don't know. It's these things of these places are taking advantage of people, and I know it's not just in Atlanta, but it's all over. So she was. I think at one point she was living in the van or living in the car. I don't know if she had a van or a car, but she was actually living in her car with her children. I didn't even ask how old her kids were. So I said, well, I said if I was renting out my house and I was leaving to go back to South Carolina, I would rent my house to someone. I wouldn't do Section 8, but I would rent my house. But I'm in the process of trying to find someone to remodel, but I'm not going to do no major remodeling. It's so hard to find labor and work. People act like they just stop working. Nobody want to do nothing. And it's so hard. So I said, dang, I'm going to have to learn how to remodel my own bathroom, replace the carpet, replace the flooring, um, and just do it myself. I don't know. So I said, well, I'll ask my neighbor that across the street because I know they have a big ass basement that looks like a full size apartment. Because I went in there a few years ago and it was like fully furnished basement. It has a full kitchen, bathroom. I want to say it was huge. I was like, dang, I sure wish I had got me a basement house, a house at the basement, because that would have been perfect. But I know they was renting. I know they were doing Airbnb because I used to see this one black guy with a backpack that was coming in and out. So I know they was doing that. So I'm gonna ask them if they would like to if they gonna rent their basement out and see if they could rent it and I tell her I asked for her the lady's number. So I'm gonna talk to them when I see my neighbor because I don't know where they were the whole summer. They Muslim and the husband helped cut my grass last week. So because my grass was up to the hills, it was a mess. And they was like, "What's going? What's going?" My neighbor next door was concerned about me. This is. I was wondering, you didn't cut your grass. I mean, I don't know. I know they're probably concerned about the grass not being cut and making the neighborhood look bad, but I'm not the only one. But they was kind of concerned because it was like, is she all right if I'm okay? Because they usually see me, but they was just concerned because they know I live by myself. I don't have any kids. I'm not married. I don't really. They don't see nobody hardly come to my house or anything. So they was concerned, and I felt kind of. It made me sad, but it just made me more sad and depressed because I was like, I could live in this house and die, and nobody would know unless I don't call my mother or nobody in a particular time, and they be concerned. Like if they don't hear from me, that's why my mother want me to always keep in contact and call and see how I'm doing. But I know she's concerned about me living here by myself. And my uncle, one of my uncles, I loaned him $7,000 a few years ago. He did that scam with the taxes when he had his tax business a few years ago in Virginia Beach, and he was going through divorce, lost his house, and he had to go to prison for a year. He was going through a lot, and he was struggling. I know he's struggling, but I don't know. He wanted to move to Atlanta because years ago in the 80s, he lived in Atlanta. So we had it where he was like, well, I could live with you. I could pay you like $600 a month and help you, da 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 da. But he never really made the transition. Can't even say the word to move in Atlanta and move here with me here in Stone Mountain. So I never heard from him for a while, but he was helping him, my aunt, and a couple of people. They've been helping my grandmother. So he was going back and forth from Virginia Beach to South Carolina to help my grandmother, like when he's off on the weekends and stuff. And I don't know what he does, but I know he's not. Um, I know he's struggling. So I know if he was struggling before the COVID situation and had a hard time seeking employment and things like that, I could imagine what's going on now. So I'll call my uncle to see if he answers and see how he's doing. But I spoke to my sister, and then she's going through some things too. She said she had ow, dang it, my foot. Ugh. She told me I said she was going through ow, my foot. Oh Jesus, pain. Ugh. She was going through some things too, and said she had to get sick. She said something about that she may have pancreatitis, something wrong with her pancreas, and she's supposed to get an operation done. Not next week, but the week after next. I told her, I said, "You want me to come? Cause I'll come." And you don't have to, and but um, I just have to see my family members because I've been off this whole time. After I came back from my trip from Phoenix in Arizona, I could have traveled and visit my family members. Really my grandmother because she's up in age, and my aunt and a couple of my other aunts and uncles. Not all of them because it's my mother included. Um, been going there to see her, but the doctor told them that she needs 24/7 care. And I asked them, why have y'all, why have no one thought about doing living in like an assisted living or got short term care or whatever? So nobody really thought about doing that. They said, well, we ain't do it. And it's I mean, it's kind of too late. So they've been trying to get someone to come in, hire somebody to come in there with her. I don't know. I didn't get the details because my other aunt is in charge, and nobody came and asked me. But it was asking people, you know, money so they could pay. But they haven't decided what they're gonna do. They haven't decided what they want to do. And I said, well, why don't you, you know, you would think it'd be more feasible for my uncle, the one who's struggling, because it's probably a lot of people struggling at the moment. I could tell you, but nobody's not really saying anything. My mother, she's not struggling. She ain't. Trust me. Um, she's set for life. So one thing she don't rely on me and my sister. If anything was to come up in terms of support, financial support, or nothing else. And my mother is only 73. Let me see. Wait a minute. Five. My mother's 73. She'll be 73 or 74. And because I'll be 55. So she's still in. great health, everything. So, and she enjoys her job, what she's doing at the jail, which is a chaplain. So my mother has two, three pensions, retirement plan, and she was saying, years of, I remember my reading. I didn't grow up rich. My family was not rich and well off, but they weren't dirt poor. But I wouldn't know it. Me and my sisters, we wouldn't know it. We wouldn't know it. But I remember, um, even when I was younger, how my parents, I could tell they were working class people, but it wasn't. But see, the thing is, people have family members to be there, but they're not for each other like they used to. I heard when I went to the doctor, to the podiatrist, this old black man was in the office and he was calling somebody, one of the grandkids, and one of the daughters or somebody. I'm at the hospital, and then um, I guess somebody wanted him to watch the kids, and he said, "I ain't watching no kids. I'm tired. I'm not doing that." No, he didn't want to take care of his grandkids. And he wasn't even he ain't even fluttered. He ain't stuttered about not wanting to do it either. He wasn't going to do it. He wouldn't think I am. I was like, dang, that's a whole new. And he was an older man, so I don't know. He wasn't. He was older, but shoot, these grandparents, people with grandparents, they ain't the grandparents like I'm used to knowing or having, where you go to the country and you can feed chickens and cows and pigs and help in the field, and you could stay with your grandparents along with your other cousins during the summertime, and go to church, go to the little corner store and get a honey bun and a soda, you know, and ain't eat junk food either, and then when the summer was over, the little bit of money we made helping my grandfather pick tobacco and stuff like that, we would save it in a jar and keep it in hide it. Or we would buy cookies. Me, my sister, and my cousin Travis, we all bought the same vanilla wafer cookies. We all like the same thing. So we used to keep each of our little snack in um, separate cabinet on the drawer. It said, "This is my cabinet. This is my snack. This is my other sister, my church." And we all used to mark the box and make sure nobody would eat out of nobody else's cookies. And it's like, "Somebody ate my cookies. I had this much. See, I got it marked." I mean, it was funny. I could tell you some real funny stories. And then when I was in New York, me and my sisters, my cousins and stuff, we would go. They didn't have, my aunt, one of my aunts would come and, I guess babysit, but they wasn't, we would always go to each other's people's house, aunts, uncles, cousins' houses, go outside to play, and then, it was like that. We didn't. There was no such thing as he going to the babysitter. And the thing about it, it's called the latchkey kids. You have the key around your neck. So when you go home from school, you have the key around your neck. You open it. You go in the house, lock the door, and you don't leave that house until one of my parents came home. My mother particularly, because my father worked as a cab driver, so he worked at night. So he was always home during the day, afternoon. So when we come home, that's when my father would prepare to leave. We be in the house. My mother would come home. We make sure that the house is clean and wash the dishes and stuff like that. They call it the latchkey kids. We go outside to play, be home before dark for that light. It was a lot of, if you're a baby born, like, I know Scott, Shelly Shell, we all in that Generation X. You know, when I think about the fun times and the good times, and we were a tough generation. I would think we were the tough generation in terms of growing up in a certain era where there was no cell phone, and they ain't had nothing like that. I know I just went way off topic of what I was supposed to talk about, what my day was going. So Scott, I know, don't feel, now you're gonna make me worry that now you're gonna make me worry. know you still got my number. You know, Scott, don't think that. Please don't. Please don't do it. I don't want to. I do not want you to get us feel a certain type of way. I don't. But call. Well, you know what? I know exactly what I'm gonna do. Please don't do it. I know times could be hard. Trust me. If you know my story and the situations and the things that I've gone through, there's a lot of things that have not came out and verbally said out loud. And just like I said, like I spoke to my sister today, she said that um, I told her I had to go to in care intake. She said, "What happened? You going?" And I told her I didn't go in depth about it, but she said she was going. She was going through a lot too, but she really wouldn't delve in it. So she said there was a lot of things that she. What did she say? She said she didn't say regret. She was going. My sister said she was going through a lot of stuff. So we kind of going through the same thing, but hmm, I know it could be hard, and and like I said, I my life for years I was going through a lot. I experienced a bout of homelessness. I experienced a bout of, and I was living in I was in New York. I didn't have no place to go, no place to live at one time. I had stayed on the subway train all night long, and I could have gone back home with my parents. The only reason why I ended up going back home with my parents because my father put his foot down and picked and got me from this place I was staying in Queens. And even then, the guy that I was so-called seeing, even though I was pregnant at one time, and then of course I don't have any children, but it was a dark period of my life. That's just one small incident that happened, but I was going through a lot. But I'm sorry, Uberman Scott, that happened. I don't think that's a shame. Maybe maybe something happened. It got disconnected. Maybe they didn't do it on purpose. Maybe because the people be on those lines talking. I don't know if you call speaking to somebody on home at their house and they on a cell phone because people don't have landline phones no more. So, but yeah, I appreciate y'all. I really do. I will overcome this. I will. Besides, I'm too scared and chicken to do anything and to harm myself in any sort of way. Anybody got anything they want to say or say something in the chat? I don't know, Scott. I don't know if you're a praying person. I'm not. I'm not a religious person either. But then I'm gonna pray. Let's all pray. Hey, Vicky S. It's going okay. I was just saying how my day was. I went and got my hair done today, as you can see. Let me turn around because I know you be the main one. Turn around. So and it is tight. And then they curled it at the ends. See, I did a little blonde ends. So I'm just talking about some of the things I was going through in general and how I'm trying to make myself feel better mentally. And I was yeah, I told you I could have a new look. I had it today. I had to finally get out that funky mood, and I said, let me start by doing something to my hair. I said, okay, let me do. I said, let me get me some braids. I never had braids. I mean, I had my hair cornrow before, but I said, let me try to do something better, pick my mood up. So, as you can read in the chat, Uberman Tampa said he called the suicide hotline and hung up on him. And I'm trying not to be sad and cry. So I said, let's pray for Scott. And I'm not a praying person, and I'm not religious, but Scott, Uberman, please don't do what you think gonna do. It's gonna be all right. I'll tell you. I'm sure you it's gonna be all right. Hey, Blue True, weren't you in there when I had the live stream when I was at the salon and did the whole process? And at some point it disconnected because weren't you online live stream earlier? Yeah. So we're gonna pray for Scott. So I'm gonna pray for all of y'all, but let's pray. Let's all hold hands virtually. Yeah, we was on there. You saw the whole process. It is tight though, but we'll talk about that in a few minutes. So let me do this for Scott, Uberman Tampa. So Lord, please watch over Scott and his husband and the dogs, and pray, Lord, that even though we may feel at times no one may not be there for us in need, just know that I'm here, and I pray for strength, health, and just know that I care for him. I can't speak for anyone else. I care for him, and that I do love you, Scott. Even though we never met physically, but I know we went through a lot of things together on this gig work. And when I started this journey of gig work and making these videos on YouTube, at first I always thought that it was there for me to help other people, regardless whether it be negative, venting. But I know throughout the years, we may never see each other physically as of yet. But Lord, just help and guide him and know that we love him, I love him, and that everything's going to be okay. And I know that if you guys brought me through a lot of heartache, sorrow, pain, guilt in my life, that maybe one day I could share that with y'all on here. But please guide Scott. Please guide the dogs, the husband, his mother. And please, Lord, watch over all the people on my channel who may be on here, that may watch me through the years. That I do love y'all and I do appreciate Shelly Shell. It's so many of y'all to name. Blue True, Vicky, AB, D's Nuts, um, Lillian, Dorian, David, Your Pleasure, um, I know I'm missing some people. I don't want to miss anyone. But if I miss your name, please forgive me. And Scott, please hang in there. Please know that everything's gonna be everything's gonna be fine. And Lord, thank you for my prayers. I know it's not the most script organized prayer, but I could just try to speak from my heart. And just realize that somebody's always there that cares for you. And Lord, I pray, I thank you for this time that I spent to share, to and just use this channel as a way of bringing people together. And I'm thankful. I may not be thankful at times. I may complain, but Lord, just work on me. Please help me. And as I go about the plan of treatment, I know that through prayer, through counseling, that we could go, we could overcome this. I could overcome this. And thank you. Okay, well, that's how things going. That's how it's going. So I have to realize that there's people, that is way worse situations. And the lady I met and did the grocery shopping for and delivered that her children that they don't be put out on the street and they be able to find comfort. Maybe you could help me, Lord, guide me somewhere so I could at least provide some type of assistance. I mean, I don't want to open my home out and do whatever, but I know there's a way. There's a way. And pray for my family as well. My sisters, my niece, grandniece, nephews. Guide them and help them as well. All right. Well, I don't think I have too much to say, but I thank y'all for coming on. And I appreciate y'all. Did you cook? No, I didn't cook. I didn't cook dinner. After I went to my physical therapy, I did one grocery shop. Then I went back to Walmart and ended up spending the same amount of money that I made. I was like, dang, I just negated my whole little profit for the day. It was $28, and I ended up spending $28 at the Walmart. Bought me some hot dogs and Roger Wood sausage, um, cereal. What else was I was like, what the hell? I had to buy roach spray. I swear to God, these dang roaches. It's been raining, raining, raining. If it's not raining, it's hot. So these critters are finding cool place to live because I've seen a lot of people. I was doing grocery shopping and stuff. A lot of people have been ordering online roach spray and bug killer, and people been buying up pesticides because so these thing critters with the rain just coming in the house. You don't even want to know. It's the same thing to me. Cockroaches or small ones. It's the same thing. It's so hot outside that they find a way of trying to be cool. So they find every way, every crack to come in. And since I said, where the hell are these things coming from? And I have, so tomorrow I'm gonna have to go to Home Depot, buy me some. I already got pesticide. I'm gonna have to set up a bomb. I'm gonna have to cover everything up, open all the cabinets, and set off the bomb. Make sure Charlie's not in the house. So I'm gonna have to either take him with me for 6-7 hours and put him in a little cage while I drive around. Yeah, they are the same. Yeah, the water bugs. I sprayed around the perimeter. No, that was last year. I got this thing you could spray around the perimeter. So if they come around the house, they be dead. Like boop, fall right over. So they don't come in the house, but they around the house because I could see the little water bugs all up on the siding. That's not a whole bunch, but I could see it. So they trying to find their way in the house. So I sprayed around the perimeter. Well, I only sprayed around the door. So, but it being so hot, I was like, damn. I know what that is. You talking about what is that thing? I know what it is. Boric acid. Boric acid. That's what it is. The chemical name is boric acid. But you could sprinkle that whatever. But with all this rain pouring down, um, you have to worry about dang ants and stuff. I was like, oh God. So there's people where you live, if you're not so much live near water, but when it rained, it was horrendous. So I had bought me some road spray. I sprayed right around the door, but I have tomorrow. I ain't gonna. I'm not gonna stay out all day, all night, because I need to. I need to set that bomb off. So I need to close all the windows, turn off the gas, and set that bomb, and then let that thing go through the house, and that will work. So I need to do a lot of one. I got to throw away all that damn paper. I need to get rid of a lot of stuff, paper and old stuff. Cause they supposed to have a garage sale in the Waters Edge community. I read something in the email. I said, you know what? I need to get rid of all that junk and try to see if I could rent a table and sell some stuff. Because there were some things I got when somebody got kicked out, and I have a bunch of cute little things. I said, shoot, I'm gonna sell these stuff. Get rid of that some of that lawn care things I had. It was like shoot, it'll be 14 years that I lived here. Some of that stuff I don't even use no more. I want to get rid of it. And um I'm gonna have to contact the HOA, see how much it costs. But I think it was supposed to be the 20th. And I was like, dang, when did they put a notice out there that you could rent some space? I hope it's not a whole lot of money. It better be $25 or something or free. I don't know. And if I don't get a space, if somebody took it all, then I may have to go on Facebook Marketplace and take a lot of pictures of stuff that I got that I need to sell. I got some stuff that I've never even used. I got two thermostats. It's an older model, but it's brand new. I got one of the small electric lawnmowers. I don't use that anymore because I bought me the state of the art big one. So I need to get rid of it. And then I got the gas lawnmower. I know ain't nothing wrong with it because I only cut the grass about 10, 11 times. I said I know it still works. So I should dust that off, clean it up, and put that out there to sell it. Sell the electric one and sell the small electric one and then sell the gas one. Um, I got me some purses, real cute. Maybe one day I'll show y'all tomorrow. I'll show y'all some. I had some It's not no real purse. It ain't no expensive purse. But I just need to get rid of stuff. Start selling some things because times are hard. You gotta start selling things. Then I gotta cut the grass tomorrow. I would have came home in time, but it was already dark when I got back to the house. Well, I would have cut the grass. I don't want to. I don't want that yard to go over crazy. My neighbor took that hard effort work to do it. I cannot. I would have cut that grass. So if it's not raining tomorrow, I'm gonna get up and cut it, keep it up, and then I need to buy me some mulch to put in the flower bed and maybe start planting some stuff for the fall. Because I've been seeing a lot of people yards and houses, they start growing tomatoes. I said, "Ooh, that's cute," and they will grow right in the flower bed in the house. So I said, I'm gonna do that too. It ain't gonna be like a whole big bushel of vegetables, so they can't complain about doing that. So anyhow, I'm about to go to bed. Hopefully these braids will loosen up a little bit because you know it's tight. I don't know how I'm gonna wrap this. I can still keep the dang curls at the ends. Let me see. Oh, let me see. Ooh, it's so tight. I know people say you can put it up in a bun, but it's so dang heavy. It's not heavy, it's tight. I'll keep it like this. I'll just put a scarf around it, even though I know it's not going to cover all of it, but I'm going to put a scarf in it until I buy me a big bonnet or something. See, you think that's what I'm supposed to do? Where's Shelly Shell? Usually she give me some advice on how to maintain. Just tie it up and leave it down. Tie it up and leave it down. What do you mean tie it up? How you gonna tie something up and leave it down at the same time? Are you mean like this? But it's hurting. You mean like this? You mean do it like this? All right, I'll put a scarf on it. But what about the ends? If I put a scarf in it, then this part gonna be out. I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put these little purple rods, put that on there, and put my scarf on. Hopefully the scarf won't be coming off. What do you mean no? No. Oh, the curls are there to stay. So it's always gonna stay because what she did was she put the rods on there, then she put the hot water, and then she took it off. So you said this is here to stay. Okay, well, I ain't gonna recurl it. I'll keep it like this. Y'all the hair police. You and Lynn. Who else and Blue True. Y'all the hair police. You keeping it up? But that's okay. Y'all keep me accountable. Y'all keep me accountable. Trust me, I know y'all. Y'all three. Y'all keep it accountable. So y'all think I should keep my hair in braids versus I'm gonna take this out in 2 months. Because it says for last a good 2 months. And then I shampoo it can I shampoo the whole hair, the hair part, or just the scalp? Huh? Thank you, Blue True. So yeah, y'all the hair police. Where Lynn at? Cause I know I was looking raggedy. Don't trust me. I know I was looking raggedy. Trust me. And I was looking crazy with my thumbnails and the picture and how it looked. So, but I appreciate y'all. Okay, I'll keep it. I'll keep it. I'll keep these braids in when it needs to be redone. I'll redo it. I'll go back to. And I went into the Dominican hair salon too, and they did it. So I'll keep it. I do the braids for at least 6 months. That's what I do. I say I do 6 months. And then when it comes out, I'll see how. I ain't saying I'm gonna keep this style and this hair for 6 months. I'm keeping this for 2 months, then get it redone again in braids. Oh hell no. Like I told Shelly Shell, I said I went um the salon I went to, they started doing braids. And it's not even they don't charge no arm and leg. I said, how much is it if you put mini micro braids? She was gonna charge me 150. I said, oh never mind. And that's when Blue True said, enjoy the journey. So and she shampooed my hair and conditioned it too. And blow dried it and put the and I bought all I had to do was buy the hair, which was $7. But I bought 4 bundles in one big pack. I got 40 bundles, and it was only one pack was used, and the other one was half open. I'm like, so I was confused when I went there. I said, "What am I supposed to do? How many am I supposed to buy?" And don't think people at that Asian store they knew that was too many hair. They knew it was. They was like, "Oh, yeah, you could buy 5 packs of these, and each pack had 4 bundles in the pack." Yeah, that's enough. No, they suck at me. They sure did. They sure suck at me, and they made it real clear that if it was unopened, that you could exchange it for something else. They ain't give no refunds. So, and I was trying to call somebody to ask them how much hair you think I should get. And what do you think? I was so confused. I was like, I said, you get human hair, and that's $20 for the bundle. And I said, human hair? What's this Kanani thing? Whatever. And I was looking. No, I didn't know nothing. But I think I made a good choice. It's light brown and the blonde hair thing at the ends. So they made me walk out there with. I spent $36, and they made me walk out there with 40 bundles. What the hell am I gonna do with 40 bundles? Now I probably got those 40 bundles that's gonna last me a whole year. Now I know I don't need to buy. I could if I have 4 bundles in a pack. I don't buy four by 4 bundles. I was like, because when she took it out and started separating the braid, separating the braids and putting them together and stuff, I said, wait a minute. I said, I didn't need all those bags of hair. The way that I was looking, I was like, dang, this dumb. But anywho, that's what I get. So I said, what the hell am I gonna do with all this hair? What, put it on Charlie? Hey, Charlie, cat, you could put some hair extensions, but braided in his fur, and he gotta have his hair braided down too. He's a boy cat, so I was like, God dang, that's dumb. 40 bundles. Now I know what a dang bundle means. I'm like, what do you mean 40 bundles? I was like, that's what Michelle Shell told me. You got 40 bundles. 40 bundles. So I didn't know each part could have been, let me see. For the medium braids, I think that she used one pack. And the thing about it, it still had hair remaining. Yep, it sure did. I was like, duh. I'm glad that thing was only $9. No, was it nine? Nine. It was $7. That's what it was. It was $7, 6.99. So that's how much it was. Now, can you imagine if I said, "Oh, let me buy human hair"? And it would be $20 a bundle. That means it would be $20 for a little piece. Now, can you imagine? I walk up there and buy, and I didn't even look on the others. I didn't even look at the human hair. I was like, hmm. All I know, the package said African Pride, and then it says made in Indonesia. So his name came from China. It came from Indonesia. So, oh well, that's how it goes. right, y'all. Let me go. Let me lay down. I'm tired. I had to try to start cleaning up tomorrow. Trying to get rid of some stuff. Throw a bunch of papers away and all that junk. Pack up some things in a box so I could get rid of these books. I said, I don't even read any dang books. Let me get rid of these books and take it right down to the Goodwill. And if it's cool tomorrow, and I'll get up in the morning before I do any Walmart Sparks or anything, I'm gonna have to cut that grass. At least the front. I'll cut that grass. So that's what I do. All right, y'all. I hope y'all having a good one. And thank you. And I will talk to y'all tomorrow. And y'all have a good night. And thanks for listening to me. And thanks for the compliments. Much appreciated. And I'll talk to y'all later.